Hello everyone. I've got my hands on a Cube i7 book tablet that came out just a little under 2 months ago, and I received this tablet just about a month ago. I feel after about a month of use, I'd like to share my thoughts on this machine in a review. I know there's some reviews out on this tablet already, but I want to cover some things that either weren't discussed or to talk about some aspects of this tablet from a different perspective. Feel free to read the other reviews, as I won't really be talking about stuff that's already been covered thoroughly. Now the tablet comes from a company called Cube. I honestly haven't heard of this tablet brand until I did some deep research on an inexpensive Surface-like device that offers a great price-to-performance ratio. Cube appears to be focused on its domestic market of China, but this tablet can be purchased overseas from places like AliExpress. The seller I did purchase from sent it through DHL, and it came in just 2 days. Taking a look at the back of the box, it did come a little dented, as my seller decided it was a great idea to use a bubble mailer. But we have the contact information here, as well as the Cube logo here, and their Chinese logo down here. Coming back to the front and opening up the box, you get the tablet, and if you order the keyboard bundle like what I did, it's right under this cover. Now, with this box over to the right, we have a charger, a USB OTG cable, a quick start guide, some warranty papers and cards, and an EU adapter, which I'm not particularly sure why they sent this to me, but it looks pretty cheap. Now, it may be trivial to go over these papers in depth, but some of these are in Chinese only, and it's just best to be aware of what these are. The Quick Start Guide is in both Chinese and slightly broken English, but it goes over some basic features and specifications of this tablet. Something to note here is that these specifications are slightly inaccurate, but you can get a proper list of specifications online. Taking a look at this VIP card, it's all in Chinese, but if I understand correctly, if you redeem the code on here on their website, you'll get 2 extra months on your included 1-year warranty. Sadly, it's useless for me though, since I'm sure sending this back to China would be a pain. Over here is the warranty card, again, all in Chinese, but you basically fill out your information so that you can send the tablet back to be repaired. Lastly, we have the quality control square. It's actually kind of nice that they stamp on the date of when the tablet was manufactured or when it passed quality control. I looked at a video of the tour of the factory for this company, and it appears that they do actually do some real quality control testing, so that's nice to see. I find the tablet is more than capable of handling browsing and streaming on Chrome, and games such as Minecraft can be run well on fancy graphics. Do keep in mind though, the RAM is going to be the bottleneck here, as there's only 4 GB soldered on. I've noticed I'm running real close to the 4 GB of RAM usage at times. The wireless card in here is an awesome Intel AC wireless card. It provides great wireless performance, and since it has 2 antennas, it actually lets you share or rebroadcast a Wi-Fi connection, which was pretty useful when I stayed in a few hotels. Now, I actually purchased this tablet with the intent of installing Debian Linux and using that as my primary operating system, but the microphone and camera simply wouldn't be recognized. The 2 cameras appear to be rather obscure OmniVision modules that lack any drivers for Linux, so that's a bummer. Otherwise, everything else including Wacom support on Linux worked fine, but I really needed the webcam for Skype, so Windows will have to do for now. I tend to alternate between laptop and tablet mode with this device quite often. I can dock the tablet into the keyboard, and then there's these magnets that hold it right into place. It can open and close similar to a laptop in this setup, and even goes to sleep when you close it. Typing on the keyboard feels great, but as stated by other reviewers, the trackpad is a bit small. Due to the trackpad's small size, I found it too easy to accidentally trigger gestures, which had to be disabled through a workaround. The keyboard dock provides 2 USB-A 2.0 ports and can dock the tablet several different ways. However, something I did notice about this setup was if I had this on the bed, and after about 2 hours of use, the trackpad will begin to act strangely. It would lag, stop working, or just start randomly clicking and activating gestures. I assume this is due to bad contact with the 10-pin port, as it goes away when I wiggle the tablet a bit to make sure there's good contact. Otherwise on the desk, that never happens. As a tablet, Windows conveniently has a tablet mode that brings up an on-screen keyboard, and it can do side-by-side applications just like my iPad Pro. I did find this tablet to be rather heavy, and it certainly isn't something you just hold in your hands for long periods of time. There is a capacitive Windows button here that basically acts as the super key. And if you look closely enough in the corner here, This gap is where the microphone is, which I did find to be okay for Skype by the way, but there was some noise. The battery on this lasted for about 8 hours when I was reading an ebook, and about 4 to 6 hours of general web browsing, and about 2 hours when gaming. As you can see, the battery life really suffers when under load, but I don't find this too much of a problem as I usually keep the device plugged in, especially when I'm gaming. Charging this tablet from 5% to full when powered off took a little over 3 hours with the included DC-in charger, which actually outputs 2 amps rather than the 2.5 amps listed on the back. In any case, I intend to replace this charger later with a USB-C charger, as someone has performed a teardown on a very similar charger and found that it cuts a few corners in order to be a cheapo charger. When charging, this tablet has an LED light that lights up red when charging and green when it's done. In conclusion, I find this tablet is really great for the money. I found it great for traveling and playing Minecraft without the crazy fan noise my MacBook has. The CPU temperatures when gaming usually peak around 85 degrees Celsius, but it mostly stays around a sustained 72 to 73 degree temperature, which is actually better than my Mac's sustained 90 degrees. Benchmarking both my MacBook from 2011 and this tablet, the scores are almost on par with MacBook, only without the fan noise and the high temperatures. Unfortunately, I do not have the scores on me, but other reviewers have already benchmarked this tablet, and my scores are essentially in line with what other people got. I would say for the average consumer looking for a consumption device and has the money, an iPad would be sufficient. In my case, I found this convertible machine to be far more useful to me, and at a much lower cost. I'm astonished by how affordable and reasonably priced this product is coming from the Apple ecosystem. Build quality is pretty good for the price, but don't expect it to feel like an iPad or anything. As far as internal build quality, someone did a teardown of the predecessor to this tablet, the i7 Stylus, and found that the build quality to be very good. I would assume the internal build quality to be just like the Stylus, so it's really good to see a solidly built tablet at this price. Although it did have a few things that could be worked on as discussed in the video, I'm happy with this purchase in general. Although Cube may not be a household name in the West, they seem to have pretty darn good tablets. That's all I have to say about this tablet. Again, be sure to check out the other reviews as I did not cover absolutely everything, but I hope this review gave you some insight. Feel free to leave a comment about any questions you may have, and I'll try to answer them. Thanks everyone. Bye.